Hello everyone! In this video, I will show you how to find the domains of rational functions. The domain is defined as the set of all x values. In rational functions, the domain is the set of real numbers except the value that can make the denominator 0. That is because any number divided by 0 is undefined. Here are some examples. 1 over 0 or 1 divided by 0, 200 divided by 0, 5,000 divided by 0, 1,000 divided by 0, and x divided by 0. You may try to solve these in your calculators and you will see that it is indeed undefined. Finding the domain is not that hard. Just try to follow how I will solve the examples. Let us have example 1. f of x equals 1 over x. To solve for the domain, equate the denominator to 0. Our denominator in this rational function is x. Equate to 0, we have x equals 0. Since it is now in its simplest form, it is the final answer. The domain is the set of real numbers except 0, or in symbols, x is any element of real numbers such that x is not equal to 0. Let us have another example. f of x equals 2 over x plus 1. To get the domain, equate the denominator to 0. Our denominator in this case is x plus 1. Equate to 0, we have x plus 1 equals 0. Next step, solve for x. To eliminate positive 1 in the left side, subtract positive 1 both sides. We have x plus 1 minus 1 equals 0 minus 1. Copy x. Positive 1 minus 1 is 0. As for the right side, 0 minus 1 is negative 1. We have x equals negative 1. The domain is the set of real numbers except negative 1. Or in symbols, x is an element of real numbers such that x is not equal to negative 1. Do you want more examples? No worries, we have 4 more examples to go. Example 3. f of x equals 1 over 5x. Same as the previous examples, to solve the domain, equate the denominator to 0. Our denominator is 5x. Equate to 0, we have 5x equals 0. Note that 5 and x in the left side are connected by the multiplication operation. To eliminate 5 in the left side, we have to use the opposite operation of multiplication, which is division. So let us divide both sides with 5. We have 5x over 5 equals 0 over 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1x can also be written by only x. Then for the right side, 0 divided by 5 is 0. So we have x equals 0. The domain is the set of real numbers except 0. Or in symbols, we have x is an element of real numbers such that x is not equal to 0. Example 4. f of x equals 2x over x minus 3. Equate the denominator to 0. X minus 3 equals 0. To eliminate minus 3, we have to plus 3 both sides. We have x plus 3 plus 3 equals 0 plus 3. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0, so just copy x for the left side. And as for the right side, 0 plus 3 is 3. So our answer is x equals 3. That means the domain is the set of real numbers except 3. Or in symbols, x is an element of real numbers such that x is not equal to 3. Do you want more complex examples? Let us have example 5. F of x equals x minus 2 all over 5x plus 2. Equate the denominator to 0. We have 5x plus 2 equals 0. First, let us eliminate plus 2 by subtracting 2 both sides. We have 5x plus 2 minus 2 equals 0 minus 2. 2 minus 2 is 0, so just copy 5x. As for the right side, 0 minus 2 is negative 2. Next, let's eliminate 5 in the left side by dividing both sides with 5. We have 5x over 5 equals negative 2 over 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1, so we have 1x, or just simply write x. Then, negative 2 over 5 is negative 2/5. Our final answer is negative 2 over 5. Therefore, the domain is the set of real numbers except negative 2/5. Or in symbols, x is an element of real numbers such that x is not equal to negative 2/5. Here's our last example. F of x equals x plus 1 all over 4x minus 1. Equate the denominator to 0. We have 4x minus 1 equals 0. Eliminate minus 1 by adding 1 both sides. 4x minus 1 plus 1 equals 0 plus 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0, so just copy 4x. As for the right side, 0 plus 1 is 1. 4x divided by 4 is 1x, or just x. Then 1 divided by 4, we have 1/4. So our answer is x equals 1/4. Therefore, the domain is the set of real numbers except 1/4. Or in symbol, x is any element of real numbers such that x is not equal to 1/4. That's all for this topic. I hope that you learned something from this. Please like and subscribe for more video lessons.